somewhere between ice and sleep, steel and soul. There was no snow here, no cold, no air. Teylek stood upon a vast, flat expanse, white as polished glass, endless in all directions. The horizon was a thin silver line, unmoving. His feet echoed when he stepped, though the floor had no seams. The silence was total, until it wasn't. A voice split the stillness like a hydraulic press cracking steel. Protocol breach, core inconsistency, purpose deviation. From above, descending like a crane's claw, came the image of the divine machine, geometries folding in on themselves, gleaming brass pistons surrounding a floating central eye of burning cobalt. The voice was neither male nor female, but metallic and modulated, cold with calculation. Teylek ashen-clad, you were forged for reason, for order, for the great equation. Instead, you chose sentiment. You chose chaos, emotion, faith. You ran subroutines you could not sustain, prayed to gods you did not confirm. Why? Teylek tried to speak, but no sound came. The machine spun faster. You abandoned alignment with the divine lattice without logical review. You chased visions, followed relics, trusted humans. Its eye narrowed. You sought input from unknown sources, and failed to filter the false from the true. You gave away your conviction piece by piece, like a cog filing its own teeth off. Your failure is not betrayal, it is inefficiency. Then, with a pneumatic hiss, the machine folded away, gone. The light shifted, the sky cracked, and Valora stormed in on wings of blinding gold and bloodied war steel. Her face was radiant and terrible, a woman of war, flame and fury. Her armor was carved with scenes of justice delivered, tyrants slain and blades held to trembling necks. Her golden spear trembled in her hand as she screamed, her voice like a trumpet shattered by rage. "You dare to speak my name? You dare to invoke me in your delusions? You carried my sigil in one hand and swallowed the words of a liar with the other. You thought yourself a servant of truth and never once stopped to ask what truth you followed. A fool, a puppet of lies, too self-righteous to check the strings wrapped around his neck." She stepped forward, furious. "You wore the armor of a crusader and used it to shield the Hollow One's will. You called yourself mine, but you were already his." She flung the spear down. Lightning split the glass floor, the cracks forming spirals that bled ink. Valora turned her back on him and walked into the storm she'd brought with her. And then the darkness arrived. He did not walk. He unfolded. Xaros slithered into being like a sentence half-remembered, his shape constantly changing. Sometimes a man in midnight robes, sometimes a jaw filled with inked teeth, sometimes a shadow with too many eyes and none at all. He towered behind Teylek, then whispered directly into his mind. The voice was honey-laced with arsenic. "You prayed and did not listen. You asked and did not hear. You sought truth and needed it spoon-fed to you like a child. I gave you fragments. You swept them aside. I sent you dreams. You dismissed them as echoes. And only when the lie had worn you hollow did you finally hear me." The dream around them twisted into paper, pages flipped, names reversed. Faces turned to masks. The tower in the north blinked like an eye. Xaros grinned without lips. "You have followed others long enough, the machine, the girl of spears, even Thurnos, in your way. You wear borrowed paths and wonder why they do not fit your feet. So ask yourself, little cleric." His form leaned forward, impossibly large, mouth a chasm of dripping ink and fangs about to bite down on stars. "What do you believe? What do you seek? And what are you willing to become? To find it?" And with that, he vanished into silence. Teylek awoke to the jostling of the sled, frost crusted along his outer shell, the sound of strange voices speaking in undercommon all around him. The dream's echoes still rang in his core, judged, weighed, found wanting by all three, and now he would have to decide who he was without them.